Hi kids, I'm Fernandes and I'm your piano teacher, and today we're going to learn the very basics of the keyboard so that you can get started. So all you're going to need is your keyboard or your piano. You're going to need a book and you're going to need a pen to note stuff down. In this lesson, we're going to learn 7 things. We're going to learn the finger numbers. We're going to learn how to find any note or any key on the piano. We're going to learn sharps and flats, the hand positioning, the difference between the half step and the whole step. And finally, we're going to learn the song Happy Birthday. So let's get started. First, let's talk about the piano itself. Now, a quick side note, I may use the word piano as well as the word keyboard in this lesson. Just know that, whatever we learn in this lesson can apply both to the keyboard and the piano. A piano or a keyboard has 88 keys. There are some varieties that have under 88 keys, but this is just a standard number. Out of the 88 keys, we've got 52 white keys and 36 black keys. If you do not have an 88 key piano, you'll still be able to apply all the information that we learned in this lesson. Now let's talk about the names of the keys on the piano. We label all the keys on the piano with letters. The letters used to label the keys are from A to G. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm going to just play it on the keyboard for you once. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then we start all over again from the A. It is very important to note that we're going to repeat this pattern throughout the whole keyboard. As I showed you earlier, if we start on A, we go B, C, D, E, F, G. Now the alphabet starts back over at A and that will repeat all the way up. G. The same applies if you're going backwards on the keyboard. So we go A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. And then it starts back over again at G, F, E, D, C, B, A, and all the way down. Now, how do we find out what note has what name on the keyboard? There's a small trick that you can use in order to find out what note has what name. Take a look at all these black keys and notice how they are in the groups of 2 and 3. 2, 3, 2, 3. Here's the trick. Go to a group of 3 black keys, find the middle one, and go exactly to the right. That's an A. So we have 3 black keys, we take the middle one and we shift exactly to the right. That's our A. Now if you know the A on the piano, that means you will be able to find out any other note on the keyboard as long as you know the alphabets forwards and backwards. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Check it out again. We have 3 black keys, we pick the middle one, shift exactly to the right. We have the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Start all over again on the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and that goes all the way up. So now that you know the names of all the white keys, you must be wondering, what about the black keys? What are the black keys? Think about them as an extension of the white key. For example, let's go back to the A. There's a black key directly to the right of it, and there's a black key directly to the left of it. The black key directly to the left is a flat note, and the black key directly to the right is the sharp. So this can be called an A flat, and this can be called an A sharp. Since both the black keys start with the letter A, I like to think of them as an extension of the white key. Let's look at another key to explain this thing further. Let's pick the D. Okay, so A, B, C, D. And now we have the 2 black keys, one to the right and one to the left. So one to the left will be the D flat, and the one to the right to the D will be the D sharp. Now that you know the names of all the keys on the piano, it's time to talk about the difference between a half step and a whole step. A half step is a note that we use when we play a note directly to the left or to the right of the keyboard. Let's look at D. In half step above D would be D sharp, and in half step below D would be D flat. So basically, an half step is just a note right next to the key. Half step above D sharp, and half step below D flat. It's as simple as that. Now moving to the whole step. And whole step is a combination of two half steps. For example, if you play D, and whole step above D would be an equivalent of two half steps. So one half step, that's a D sharp, and another half step, that's an E. So a whole step above D is E. Okay, now we're getting closer to the part of the lesson where you'll actually get to play something. But before we play, we need to know our finger numbers. The easiest way to know your finger numbers is to memorize that your thumb is always 1. So your thumb is finger number 1. Both your thumbs, your right and your left, finger number 1s. If you know that your thumbs are 1, then you can count 2, 3, 4, 5. So our thumb's 1, our pointer is 2, our tall man is 3, our ring finger is 4, and our pinky is finger number 5. So thumbs are 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5. Thumbs are 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5. Thumbs are 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5. There, you know all the finger numbers now. Starting to get your hands on the piano, which means it's time to talk about the hand positioning. Step 1. Gently rest your hands on the keys. Step 2. Imagine there's a small ball underneath your hands, which means you now have to curl your fingers a little bit. And the final step, make sure that your wrist is up and even with your hand and not down. Okay, let's not play like this. We need to keep our wrist nice and even with your hand. Awesome. Now I have a piano exercise for you just to get started. It's pretty simple. So on the right hand, we place our thumb, finger number 1 on the middle C, and on the left hand, we place our finger number 5 on the C. And we play together like this. So you play the C together, then move to the D, you move to the E, F, G, and come back all the way down from G to the F, to the E, to the D, and finally the C. So you have to play this pattern continuously 3 times. It sounds something like this. 2, very good. Finally, let's get started with a song, Happy Birthday. You can play any song on the piano in 3 ways. You can play just the melody. You can play just the chords. Happy birthday to you. Or you can play the melody on your right and the chords on your left. No matter how you play it, if you just get your finger numbers and your notes right, your song's gonna sound just awesome. So let's get started with a song. I'm gonna give you a little preview of what our happy birthday is gonna sound like. So you're going to start by placing your thumb, your finger number 1 on the G. It could be any G, it could be the lower G, the G here, or the G up there. Doesn't matter. And the first part goes G, G, A, G, C, B. Also notice the finger numbers that I'm using. 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2. That's your first line. Let's see that again. Try it out. Awesome. Line 2 is very similar to line 1. It sounds like this. So all we did is instead of playing a C, B, we played a D, C. G, G, A, G, D, C. Check my finger numbers. 1, 1, 2, 1, 4, 3. Let's take both the lines again. G, G, A, G, C, B. G, G, A, G, D, C. So now for the third line, you go from this G, 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 to the G up here, G, and you use your finger numbers 1, 1, 5, and then you got to play the E with your finger number 4, E, you got to play the C with your finger number 3, C, and your B with finger number 2, B, and A with finger number 1, A. So G, G, up, come down, come down, come down, come down. Okay? So G, 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 E, C, B, A. So now for the very last line, you're going to play the F. Then the E, C, D, C. Finger number 4, 4, 3, 1, 2, 1. F, F, E, C, D, C. That's it. We're done with 4 lines. Now if I play this together slowly, it sounds something like this. And that's the melody line done. So a quick recap of what we did in the lesson. We learned the names of the keys A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We learned the flats and the sharps. So A flat, A sharp, D flat, D sharp. We learned what are half notes and whole notes. So a half note up to the D is D sharp. A whole note above the D is E. We also learned the finger numbers. Thumb is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We learned the hand positioning, and finally we learned how to play the song Happy Birthday on the keyboard. I hope you enjoyed. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next lesson.